Welcome to Herbal Homestead, where we explore powerful healing plants, traditional foods, and natural ways to support a healthier life. Today, we're looking at something truly fascinating. What if some of the most effective foods for healthy aging were not modern discoveries, but time-tested ingredients that people in Japan have been eating for generations? Japan is known for having some of the longest living people in the world, and many of their traditional foods are now being linked with better heart health, reduced inflammation, stronger immunity, and healthier aging overall. In this video, we're exploring Japanese superfoods that may help support a longer and stronger life. Some are easy to find, some are easy to grow, and a few may completely change the way you think about food. Make sure you stay with me, because some of these foods may look simple at first, but their benefits are anything but ordinary. Number 1 is shiso. Shiso may not be very well known outside Japan, but it has been part of Japanese food culture for centuries. Also known as perilla leaf, this herb is often served with sushi, added to soups, or mixed into fresh dishes. It may seem like a small finishing touch, but shiso offers much more than appearance. It contains natural compounds such as rosmarinic acid, which has been studied for its antioxidant and anti-inflammatory effects. That means it may help protect the body from the kind of stress and damage that often builds up with age. Some research also suggests that it may support the body during allergic responses and help reduce oxidative stress. Another reason shiso stands out is that it can be very easy to grow. Once planted, it often comes back on its own and continues producing with little effort. While many people search for rare anti-aging herbs, this quiet Japanese plant may be one of the most overlooked. Number 2 is daikon. Daikon is a long white radish that holds an important place in Japanese cooking. It can be eaten raw, grated, pickled, or cooked into soups and stews. Even though it looks plain, daikon is far more useful than many people realize. It contains natural enzymes that may support digestion by helping the body break food down more easily. It also provides vitamin C, potassium, and helpful plant compounds commonly found in cruciferous vegetables. These compounds have often been linked with lower inflammation and broader protective health benefits. Daikon has also been valued traditionally as a food that helps the body feel lighter and more balanced. On top of that, it is simple to grow and stores well after harvest, making it both practical and nourishing. Number 3 is edamame. Edamame is often treated like a light snack, but it is actually one of the most nourishing foods in the Japanese diet. These young green soybeans are rich in protein, fiber, and isoflavones, which are plant compounds studied for their possible role in supporting heart health, bone health, and hormonal balance. Because edamame provides complete protein, it can help the body maintain and repair muscle, which becomes even more important over time. Its fiber also supports digestion and can help with fullness, while its plant nutrients contribute to long-term wellness. It is also a great option for home growers. Like other legumes, edamame helps enrich the soil by fixing nitrogen. That means it can support the garden while also feeding the people who grow it. Number 4 is gobo. Gobo, also known as burdock root, may not be the most attractive food on this list, but its value has kept it in Japanese kitchens for generations. It is often used in traditional dishes and is known for its earthy taste and deep nutritional benefits. One of its most important qualities is its high level of inulin, a prebiotic fiber that helps feed beneficial gut bacteria. That matters because gut health plays a major role in digestion, immunity, and overall health as the body ages. Gobo also contains antioxidants that may help protect the body from cellular stress. It is a strong reminder that not every powerful food looks impressive. Sometimes, the ingredients that support health the most are the ones people tend to ignore. Number 5 is myoga. Myoga is one of Japan's lesser-known traditional plants. It is related to ginger, but instead of the root, people use its aromatic flower buds. These buds are added to dishes for their crisp texture and fresh, sharp flavor. Like ginger, myoga has been associated with antioxidant and anti-inflammatory properties. It may help support the body in small but meaningful ways, especially when included regularly as part of a natural diet. It is also especially interesting for gardeners because it grows well in shade. That makes it a useful plant for places where many others struggle. Once established, it can keep returning, which makes it both unique and practical. Number 6 is miso. Miso is not a plant on its own, but since it is made from plant ingredients like soybeans, rice, or barley, it deserves a place here. In Japan, miso soup has been part of daily life for generations, and that regular use may be one reason it remains so respected. The fermentation process transforms simple ingredients into something much more complex. It creates beneficial compounds and makes nutrients easier for the body to use. Miso is often linked with digestive support and a healthier gut environment, both of which are closely connected to overall well-being. Its value also comes from its simplicity. Miso reflects a way of eating that is steady, practical, and deeply rooted in everyday nourishment. Number 7 is shiitake. Shiitake mushrooms have been treasured in Japan for centuries, both as food and for their long-standing place in traditional wellness. They are rich in flavor and packed with compounds that have drawn a great deal of scientific interest. One of the most well-known compounds in shiitake is lentinin, which has been studied for its immune-supporting potential. Shiitake also contains B vitamins, selenium, and other nutrients that may support cholesterol balance and overall vitality. When exposed to sunlight, they can even provide vitamin D, which is rare in natural foods. They are also practical to grow at home. Shiitake can be cultivated on logs and may continue producing for years, making them one of the most rewarding foods for anyone interested in growing functional foods at home. Number 8 is wakame. Wakame is a sea vegetable commonly used in Japanese soups and traditional meals. It may look delicate, but nutritionally, it is incredibly rich. It contains iodine, which is important for thyroid health, along with several minerals and plant pigments that have attracted research interest. One of its standout compounds is fucoxanthin, a natural pigment that has been studied for its possible role in metabolism and cellular protection. Wakame also provides calcium, magnesium, and folate, adding even more value to an already impressive food. It shows that Japan's traditional superfoods do not come only from the garden or the field. The sea has also been an important part of this long-standing way of eating. Number 9 is umeboshi. Umeboshi is a traditional Japanese pickled fruit known for its intense sour taste and long history in daily food culture. It is often eaten with rice and has been appreciated for generations as a food linked with digestion and stamina. It contains citric acid, polyphenols, and other natural compounds that may help support the body in different ways. Over time, it has built a strong reputation as a food that helps people feel balanced and energized. The ume tree itself also has value. It is beautiful in the landscape and produces the fruit used to make umeboshi, which gives it both visual and practical appeal. Number 10 is natto. Natto is one of the most famous Japanese superfoods, and also one of the most challenging for first-time eaters. Made from fermented soybeans, it is known for its sticky texture, strong smell, and bold flavor. Even so, its nutritional reputation is difficult to ignore. It contains nattokinase, an enzyme that has been studied for its possible role in supporting healthy circulation. It is also rich in vitamin K2, which is important for bone health and may help guide calcium to the places where the body needs it most. Natto is a good example of how some of the healthiest traditional foods are not always the easiest to enjoy right away. But once you look beyond the first impression, it becomes clear why it has remained such an important part of Japanese food culture. Number 11 is yuzu. Yuzu is one of Japan's most prized citrus fruits, valued not only for its unforgettable aroma, but also for the depth of nutrition it brings. Its sharp, floral flavor has made it a favorite in Japanese cooking for generations, yet its real appeal goes far beyond taste. This fruit is especially rich in vitamin C, along with powerful plant compounds that have drawn attention for their antioxidant and anti-inflammatory potential. There is also something timeless about the way yuzu has been used in Japan. For centuries, yuzu baths have been part of winter tradition, appreciated for the warmth, comfort, and sense of renewal they bring. More recently, researchers have taken interest in compounds found in the peel for their possible calming effects and their role in easing physical stress. It is one of those rare foods that feels both ancient and surprisingly modern at the same time. What makes yuzu even more impressive is its resilience. Compared with many other citrus trees, it handles cooler weather much better, which gives it an advantage for growers outside tropical regions. It takes patience, but once it begins to fruit, it offers something truly special. Yuzu is not just another citrus. It is the kind of plant that makes you realize how much nuance the natural world has been hiding in plain sight. Number 12 is shungiku. In many countries, chrysanthemums are admired for their beauty. In Japan, some are also appreciated as food. Shungiku, often called edible chrysanthemum greens, has long been used in hot pots, stir-fries, and soups, bringing a flavor that is both fresh and slightly aromatic. It may not be famous outside East Asia, but it carries far more value than most people realize. These greens are rich in beta-carotene, potassium, and helpful flavonoids that support overall wellness. They have also been studied for their antioxidant potential, which makes them more than just a leafy vegetable on the side. Shungiku is one of those foods that quietly earns its place through steady nutritional strength rather than flashy reputation. For anyone growing food at home, it is especially rewarding. It grows fast, handles cool weather well, and can be harvested again after cutting. That makes it practical, productive, and easy to appreciate. Sometimes the most overlooked plants turn out to be the ones with the most to offer, and shungiku fits that description perfectly. Number 13 is kombu. Kombu is one of the foundations of Japanese cooking. It is the seaweed that gives dashi its depth and helped introduce the world to umami, that rich, savory taste that makes food feel complete. But kombu matters for more than flavor alone. It is also one of the most mineral-rich traditional foods in the Japanese diet. This kelp contains iodine, calcium, magnesium, iron, and other nutrients that support the body in important ways. It also contains fucoidan, a natural compound that has been widely studied for its immune-supporting and anti-inflammatory potential. That combination of nourishment and scientific interest is exactly why kombu continues to stand out. Its connection to long life is hard to ignore. In places like Okinawa, where exceptional longevity has drawn worldwide attention, kombu has long been part of daily meals. That is not just a cultural habit. It may also be one of the quiet reasons Japanese food has been linked with strength, balance, and healthier aging for so many years. Number 14 is satsuma imo. When people talk about the traditional Okinawan diet, this humble sweet potato always finds its way into the conversation. Satsuma imo, the Japanese sweet potato, was once a major source of daily calories in Okinawa, and that alone makes it impossible to ignore in any discussion about longevity. The purple varieties are especially remarkable because they are packed with anthocyanins, the same family of pigments known for strong antioxidant activity. These compounds have been linked with support for the heart, reduced inflammation, and protection for the brain. When researchers examine traditional Okinawan eating patterns, sweet potatoes keep appearing as one of the most important foods in the story. What makes satsuma imo even better is how practical it is. It is productive, easy to grow in warm conditions, and stores well after harvest. Few crops offer such a strong mix of simplicity, abundance, and nutritional value. It is not glamorous, but that may be exactly the point. Some of the most powerful foods are the ones that quietly sustained people for generations. Number 15 is azuki. Azuki beans may be small, but their place in Japanese food culture is enormous. They appear in savory dishes, festive meals, and traditional sweets, showing just how versatile they are. Yet behind that familiar role is a bean with a nutritional profile that deserves much more attention. Azuki is rich in fiber, plant protein, folate, and beneficial polyphenols that help protect the body from oxidative stress. That gives it value far beyond tradition. It is one of those foods that looks simple on the surface, but once you take a closer look, it becomes clear why it has remained important for so long. It is also a satisfying crop for home gardeners. In warm weather, the plants grow well and can be harvested and dried much like other beans. Azuki is proof that health-supporting foods do not need to be exotic or expensive. Sometimes, the real treasures are the traditional staples that have been there all along. Number 16 is mitsuba. Mitsuba is one of Japan's quietest culinary treasures. Often called Japanese wild parsley, it has a soft, fresh flavor that finds its way into soups, rice dishes, and egg-based meals. It may seem delicate, but its role in traditional cooking and herbal practice gives it lasting importance. This herb contains vitamins, minerals, and aromatic compounds that have made it appreciated for generations. It has often been linked with digestive comfort and gentle daily nourishment, which is part of what makes it feel so distinct. Mitsuba is not loud or dramatic. Its strength is in its subtlety. For growers, that subtlety becomes even more appealing. Mitsuba handles shade well, can reseed itself, and often grows happily where many common herbs struggle. That makes it a wonderful choice for forest gardens or cooler, protected corners. It is a reminder that not every valuable plant demands attention. Some quietly prove their worth season after season. Number 17 is wasabi. Most people think they know wasabi, but in truth, very few have ever tasted the real thing. The green paste served in many restaurants is usually a substitute made from horseradish and coloring. Authentic wasabi is rarer, more refined, and far more interesting. Fresh wasabi contains natural compounds called isothiocyanates, which have been studied for antibacterial and anti-inflammatory effects. These compounds are part of the reason real wasabi has attracted so much scientific interest. It is not just about heat, it is about a plant with a chemical profile that seems uniquely suited to both flavor and function. It is also one of the most difficult edible plants to grow well. Real wasabi prefers cool temperatures, shade, and constant moisture, which is why it remains expensive and uncommon. But that difficulty only adds to its mystique. Once you understand what true wasabi really is, you realize how far the imitation falls short. Number 18 is Goya. Goya, also known as bitter melon, is a famous part of Okinawan cooking and one of the most distinctive vegetables on this list. Its bitterness can be intense at first, but that sharp flavor is part of why it has been respected for so long. In many traditional food cultures, bitter plants have been valued for the strength they bring, and Goya is a perfect example. This fruit has been widely studied for its relationship with blood sugar balance and healthy glucose metabolism. It also contains vitamin C, folate, and a variety of antioxidant-rich compounds that make it especially appealing in conversations about metabolic health and aging. It is not a mild food, and that may be exactly why it stands out. In Okinawa, Goya is not treated like a trendy wellness item. It is part of everyday life. The plant grows vigorously in warm weather and often produces heavily through the season. Some people even grow it as a living curtain for shade. It feeds, it cools, and over time, it earns respect. That is the kind of plant that leaves an impression. Number 19 is Ashitaba. Ashitaba means tomorrow's leaf, a name inspired by how quickly it grows back after being harvested. Even that name feels full of life. It suggests renewal, resilience, and a kind of quiet strength that makes the plant instantly memorable. Ashitaba contains chalcones, including compounds that have drawn serious scientific interest for their possible role in supporting the body's natural maintenance and repair systems. Because those processes are closely connected to healthy aging, the plant has become increasingly fascinating to researchers. Yet in Japan, it has also long been appreciated simply as a traditional food. That contrast is part of what makes Ashitaba so compelling. For generations, it has been eaten as a normal part of life in certain regions, while modern science is only now catching up to what made it special in the first place. It also grows as a vigorous perennial in the right climate, making it especially attractive for anyone interested in long-term edible plants. Number 20 is matcha. This is the perfect plant to close on because it brings together so much of what makes Japanese food culture remarkable. Matcha is not just a tea. It is one of the most recognized and deeply studied plant foods associated with focus, vitality, and long-term wellness. Made from shade-grown tea leaves that are finely ground into powder, matcha delivers concentrated catechins, especially EGCG, one of the most researched antioxidant compounds in nutrition. Scientists have explored its relationship with cellular protection, metabolic health, heart function, and mental performance. And because you consume the whole leaf, matcha offers more than a standard brewed tea ever could. There's also something powerful about its history. Matcha has been part of Japanese life for centuries, valued in ceremony, daily habit, and mindful practice. What makes it so memorable is that it never needed a modern marketing campaign to matter. Its reputation was built slowly, through tradition, and now research is helping explain why it earned that place. And that is the bigger picture. Japan's longevity story is not built around one miracle food or one secret ingredient. It lives in a pattern of eating, growing, and respecting plants that nourish the body over time. These foods have been part of daily life for generations, which may be why they are so powerful. Thank you for being part of Herbal Homestead. It honestly means more than you know. Every view, every comment, and every moment you spend here helps this channel grow into something real and lasting. If this kind of content speaks to you, where plants, healing traditions, and a deeper way of living come together, subscribe to Herbal Homestead and grow with us.